Hey guys, it's Annie. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am putting some supers onto my hive. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to say it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon and the temperature is 81 degrees. So I'm sweltering under here because I'm wearing tons of clothes. So I'm going to set you guys down and let's get this started. Alright, so this is kind of fascinating and I've never really seen this before, but I've always left a spacer for ventilation and everything in my top box, and look what they've done here. It looks like this is actually drone comb. You can see there's drone comb right on the outside, so I'm actually not that upset that I'm going to be taking that off. And then over here, looks like they've made some more beautiful honeycomb. So we've got to remove this and we've got to remove this so I can fit that super box on. So let's go ahead and do that. Interesting. We just installed our honey super. It looks great. I am going to now shake these bees down. Okay, I scraped that comb off and I'm going to put this back on top of the hive. Alright, go ahead and put the box back on. And the last thing I'm going to do is remove this comb from the top here because we don't want them making comb up on the top here. So this is beautiful. I'm gonna knock these, I'm gonna do the same thing here and I'm gonna shake these bees down into the hive. Alright, so we've got some angry bees, although they could just be doing a lot of fanning here. I'm going to brush them back in. We're going to throw this on top. So far so good. Alright, I can't wait to see what's in this hive. So this one's a little bit different. This is normally what the top of these hives look like. I keep this space in here for ventilation, and I usually put these little plugs in. It looks like these guys have just gone right through and wanting to take them out. So hopefully this will be a little bit easier. I'm going to take the top and the top cover, pop the super on, and get the hell out. I'm working behind the hive because I don't want to be in their flight path. I almost want them to think that I'm the sky. The boxes and things right next to it so that they can find their way back into the hive very easily. First, going to give them a little dose of smoke. Situation here. It looks like more drone comb. That's all right. Not quite as bad as the other one though, so let me look in here. I can see honey and I can see brood on the side. I'm not really into taking out anything today because I don't want to upset or hurt the queen. She's doing a great job. She doesn't need my help. This is her house. So what I'm going to do is just smoke these guys a little bit. And the reason I give so many puffs is because we don't want hot smoke to burn these guys' wings off. We want a cool, easy smoke. So blasting it right on them is a bad thing. I get the smoke going over here and then just kind of let it lazily roll across them. And it's my understanding that smoke does not produce a pharmacological effect on the bees. They are actually thinking that there is a forest fire near, and so they go immediately down and start eating honey in preparation for leaving to go find a new hive in case there really is a forest fire. And so that's what they're doing right now, and that's what the smoke does for your hive. So I'm going to grab the honey super. I'm going to just pop this right on here. Just like so. Now these honey supers are only boxes that just have frames on them. There's no honey, there's no comb. So these guys have to draw out the comb and fill it with honey. And that will give them something to do. It'll also give them a lot more room inside the box. If they decide they don't have enough room, they will swarm the hive, which means they'll just fully leave the hive. So we don't want that. But putting on another box is always a good thing to do. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other one. I'm going to shake these bees down onto the this part here. That's the easiest way for me to get this drone comb off. Now drone comb is the boy bees. Drones are only around because the queen may need to be mated. If there's ever a problem with the queen, the bees will rear a new one, and in order for her to make more bees, she needs to have drones around, or boy bees, to mate with her. So that's why we have drones. All right. Pop this on with the entrance in the front. Right. See, this has ventilation holes in it as well. So we're going to replace the top cover. These bees will find their way back into the hive. I use these ratchet straps on my hives because in case a bear does get through the electric fence, they will topple these hives, and there's a good chance of being able to save the hive if it's toppled over. So I just try to hedge my bets when it comes to bears and try to make sure that we have at least a little bit of protection. So let's look up here real quick at where I put that drone comb that we found in the top of this box. And you can see the bees have left it. Got a bunch of bees up here with pollen. They're confused because they're looking for this entrance, which was just down here, but we've added another box, and so they're wondering why they have to go to a new place. It's a beautiful orange pollen on these guys. Really nice looking stuff. Ooh, wow. They're not really using the bottom entrance really at all. I see a couple of ants down here, and that's not good. So I'm gonna grab this. We've lost a couple of bees, unfortunately. And you can see there, this is drone comb. And the reason I know this is drone comb is because these little combs are raised. And that means that it is a drone and not a worker bee in there. So, well, you can also tell this is more of an older, it's got to be a couple of weeks old, whereas this stuff is probably just a couple of days old. You can see they've just put their first bit of pollen in the top, and this is some beautiful stuff. It's creamy and it's white, and it doesn't look like this for very long because they crawl all over it with propolis and pollen and honey, and it gets stained and ages. So you can tell this is a little bit older than this, even though this is still pretty new stuff. But this is really brand new creamy white stuff, and even this stuff is even newer right here and right here. And this is approximately what a beehive this size would make in about a day. So you could expect that these bees would make about this much beeswax per day in this hive. So it's really exciting to kind of quantify what the bees are actually doing in there. And so this one here probably took a week to make. That's a lot of energy in there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all of this beeswax because I don't want it to attract predators or ants or mice or anything like that. We're gonna take it with us, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave my bees to their work because they seem to be doing great. All right, I'm out of my bee outfit. I'm very sweaty. I feel great though in the breeze. This is about as close as I dare to get to the hives without my suit on, but thank you so much for coming with me on this journey. I am looking forward to the rest of this season with these bees because these bees are working really, really hard. So once again, if you liked this video, make sure you like, comment, and share it with your friends. And as always, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more videos. And have a blessed day. Peace.